Living in Gold Coast may look chic, effortless, and completely ecstatic online, but the reality of financial expenses as an international student like me is very different. Hello, everyone. In this video, I'm going to break down the real cost of living in Gold Coast. I'll categorize these expenses in three different sections: fixed cost, variable cost, and hidden cost, and walk through what students spend the most on. Also letting you know, this cost may vary depending upon your lifestyle choices, accommodation choices, and also your spending habits. So this is just an average assumption from my personal experience. At first, we're going to talk about fixed costs. Fixed costs are the expenses that are going to remain stable most of the time, and from my personal experience, it should always be prioritized first. One of the biggest fixed cost as an international student is definitely going to be your rent. Like I explained in my previous video, depending upon your accommodation choices, whether you live in a share house or student accommodation, the prices may vary. A private room in a share house may cost starting from $250 to $350 a week. Of course, the prices may vary depending what location you live in. Another fixed cost is going to be your phone bill. I pay $49 every month for my phone bill, which includes free call and messages, including 100 GB of internet. However, you have a choice to switch into a different plan or services depending which plan you like. How I found this plan to be the most convenient and affordable for me. Another fixed cost, which can also be converted into variable cost depending upon, but I like to consider it as a fixed cost, is the transportation fee. Transportation in Gold Coast is amazing. It's 50 cents for a ride. If I totally down to per day, if I'm going for class and coming back, that will be $1 for a day, which is amazing. I'm not going to talk about international student health insurance because that is something that you have to pay before you land in Australia. But from what I remember, I have paid around $1,000 to $1,600 for 2 years, which comes down to $50 to $60 a month. These costs are predictable, so try to budget this at the very beginning of your budgeting structure. Let's move on to our next part, and that is variable cost. Variable cost are the expenses that fluctuates depending upon your lifestyle choices and spending habits. This is also a part where you can avoid unnecessary expenses and try to save a little, but it's completely up to you. Sometimes I'm just like, spoil yourself, just go for it, do it. One of the most important variable cost for you is going to be groceries, because girl, you gotta eat and you gotta cook at home because eating out is expensive. It's hella expensive. I just don't eat out, just cook your food at home. I'm going to make a detailed video about grocery shopping and how to save money on groceries on my next video, but in terms to make it very simple, your first grocery haul is going to be somewhere around $50 to $60 because that is where you have to buy literally everything: salt, oil, and maybe a bag of rice and things like that. But that is something that you buy and that is going to last you for a month and two. Eating out increases your expenses very quick, but there are few options, few affordable options that you can always go for, including fast food. I would say somewhere around $10 to $15 for one meal should be enough for eating out, depending where you're eating. Other variable costs are laundry, personal care, and hygiene products. Depending how much you want to spend on, the average would be $60 to $70 a month. Now let's move on to our final but the most exciting section, and that is hidden cost. Hidden cost is basically the cost that's not going to occur on a weekly or a monthly basis but can have a significant financial impact. One of the hidden costs for you is going to be bond fee. So bond fee is kind of like a security amount that you have to pay for before you move to a new place. You'll have to pay somewhere around 2 to 4 weeks of bond fee, including your rent in advance. So that is one of the hidden costs that is gonna have an immediate financial impact. Some of the other hidden cost also includes moving expenses. Like I mentioned, I have no friends, so every time I move, I have to order Uber. And previously, I did not have a lot of things, basically just three suitcases, which I could literally fit in like a regular Uber and I could just move. It was that easy. But now I have become a victim of overconsumption and I have a lot of things and I cannot order a regular Uber. And that is why every time I move, I spend somewhere around 30 to $40 for an Uber, depending obviously where I move or how far the place it is, of course. Some of the other hidden expenses is also going to be your everyday basic things like, you know, maybe you have to buy your bed sheets and your towel hanger. A hanger is pretty important. I did not know that. And sometimes I also bought an umbrella last week, which was somewhere around $10 to $15. Some of the other hidden cost was I had to buy a nail cutter, which is like $2, which is not expensive. But I was like, wow, why do I always lose nail cutter? So I would recommend you to consider $100 to $200 every month for the hidden cost. If you can do more, even better. But try not to spend too much on things that you can avoid. Oh, also, I have to mention that I just bought this mic, so that is also another expense. My hidden cost. I'm exploring so many things through this video. Oh my goodness. One of your hidden costs is going to be your school supplies. Let's take laptop for an example. However, this can also be considered as a bulk fixed expense because this is something that you purchase before your school starts, and once it's there, it's there. Unless you lose it, of course. Don't lose it. Don't make your life difficult. If you're planning to buy a laptop in Australia or in Gold Coast, there are various payment methods like Afterpay and ZipPay that is going to help you budget your expenses much in a much easier way. Other school supplies, including notebooks, pen, pencils, highlighters, are you can always buy them in Kmart or Big W, which is pretty affordable. That may cost around $15 to $20 a month. However, I have a trick for this, guys. Listen carefully. So you can also save a lot of money in your school supplies doing that. Attending your orientation, the university provides a lot of events and fun little activities, and they give you away free notebook and pencils. I am not kidding when I tell you I've not spent a penny on pen or pencils or even notebooks. They just give you away through various activities and events during your orientation. So my suggestion is attend your orientation if you can. You get free snacks, free notebooks, free tote bags, and whatnot. I hope this breakdown helped you understand the real cost of living in Gold Coast. Obviously, there are many parts where I must have missed. If you think I've missed somewhere, please write down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching this video. I am on my way to do 200 sit-ups because my New Year resolution is to get 8-pack abs. I'm manifesting good health, good energy, emotionally available boyfriend, obviously, wealth, prosperity, peace, faith in humanity, and every good thing in the whole world for all these wonderful people. I hope you guys had an amazing 2025 and 2026 is gonna be even better. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Happy New Year. And I'll see you guys next year. Bye.